Greetings, my excellent friends. Managed to stream. I should hopefully be able to tomorrow as well. However, there is we get to inspect the new house tomorrow when I would normally be asleep. Or when I would normally be going to sleep. Since I sleep during the day at the minute. So there is a chance that tomorrow I'll be like, if that happens, I'll probably stream on Tuesday or Wednesday. Just swap a day around and get one more, because I intend to do one more before I slam the brakes on stream until moving has settled and finished. My guess is a roughly 2-week break like it was before, but the specifics will be ironed out after I return, because it's like, when is everything settled and have I slept enough that I feel like returning to my routine makes sense. So it'll be longer if it needs to be, it'll be shorter if it needs to be, or if it can be. But yeah, there'll be this stream that's happening now, literally in front of your face. And then there'll be one more, which is supposed to be tomorrow, but if I need to move it, then I'll move it. And then after that, it's as long as it'll be. So, let's see how much of this game we can get done in those 2 days. And what weird cliffhanger note we'll end on. That's the fun part. We're at the Forgotten Battlefield, which at first I thought was around about our landing spot, but it isn't. We mapped out the continent a little bit better, so we know now that this is quite a bit north of our landing spot, but it was definitely a landing spot for some expeditions, because there were a bunch of smashed boats and a bunch of dead people in expedition coats. We're at a flag here. We're not full health, but I don't really feel compelled to rest. Only because I don't know if I'll be going backwards or whatnot. Level 9, level 10, level 9, level 10. And our luminas are largely used up. Main thing I need to remember is which way I came. I don't think we've been that way. I think we must have come in from here. Yes, we climbed rocks. There was another path over here with another flag, I believe, that we have not gone down. Not there specifically, but over that hill. Near a bridge. If Verso did not have his old Expedition... Yeah, that's the thing. He could very easily just pretend to be from Expedition Zero, couldn't he? The story is that he and Renoir were from Expedition Zero, were made immortal by the Paintress. Renoir decided that he liked this immortality and now serves the Paintress and kills people for her, whereas he is less inclined. But we already know, and I do like that part, we already know that story is bull, because we've seen him talk to Renoir, we've seen him contextualized in a way that does not really tell us who they are, but tells us that what he told them isn't correct. I'd be lying if I said I remembered every word that they said, because it's the sort of conversation that you listen to on playthrough 2 and are like, oh yeah, oh right, oh I get it, That's when you remember it. Because there's just too much vague detail to really put it all together without context, so I don't usually try with that sort of thing. Because I enjoy those moments of playing something again and hearing a conversation be like, oh shit, oh right, oh okay, huh, right, that's what you mean by giving me that look. Okay, that's why you're seeing this figure instead of the other. Okay. But I'm still leaning towards a family of some sorts, involving Renoir, Verso, and either Mael or... There's something to be said for not real replica people. Mael could be one of those replica people, or she could be the actual person. But trapped in a painting, the manor is their house. Something is happening with a traditional family being deeply fucked up and magic charged. On our way. Do you care about spoilers for French JRPGs? Never moved. I ask because I don't think it is possible to watch this stream right now without stumbling into a spoiler for this game that's kind of hard to show. Pretty much, you know how some stories have an event that happens a certain degree through a product where everything after it just spoils that event just by virtue of... Picture you've never played Final Fantasy VII before and you know nothing about the story, and you're watching someone playing through disc 2 or 3, and you notice that that flower girl chick isn't there. It's a situation like that. Fucking, that's an enemy.
Ready to strike.
Mage Girl's right here. She's fine. Oh yeah, I changed my shit up. I don't have immolation anymore. I have wildfire, but is it worth spending 4 AP on one enemy? No, not really. But we don't have a good... Yeah, I guess that's just what you do, hey. You used to think that everybody knew that Aerith dies, but then you watch somebody randomly play... Yeah, it's... Look, it is the Darth Vader spoiler of the video game world. However, I think it's entirely possible to go through life and miss it. Because even if it gets mentioned a lot and joked about a lot, like... Do you remember, you watched me play Metal Gear Solid 1? No, you didn't. You weren't there, Ark. But everybody who watched me play through Metal Gear Solid 1... at Sam's behest and with him in voice chat with me, would have been privy to the moment when the line, "Can love bloom on the battlefield," was said, and I absolutely lost my shit because I didn't realize that that meme line was from Metal Gear Solid. I knew the line. No, what happened was I made that joke. Before he said it, I made a joke about that line, and then he said it unironically, and at that moment I realized that I was doing the meme ahead of the originator, and I had no idea what the originator was. So for that reason, yes, I think it is possible to be surprised by the Aerith moment if you truly never stopped to check what people were talking about when you walked past them talking about it. And never got into Final Fantasy and then suddenly picked up 7 and played it. There was a second one that happened with that too, and it was Otacon for both of them. Was it one of my Japanese animes? See, that line I would never have imagined was an actual line from a thing. I thought that was just making fun of incels. I was amazed when he said that, and it was real. Anyway, yeah, no, Mael, Lune, and CL are fine, and we have a new guy named Verso. If you want to extrapolate what happened from that, go ahead, but, is that a drop, or is that... No, that's... In another game, in Dark Souls, that would be a death pit. So that's the thing, they call this game JRPG Dark Souls, but... you can't die from walking wrong. So I'll give it that. Yeah, it's... I don't like it very much because the way the transition to Act 1 and 2 worked, like this, I don't like this new character very much because it feels like he just showed up, took the other guy's place, and he did, like he took all of his weapons. He's got the, he's done the Kryl inheritance thing from Final Fantasy V, where character dies at the midpoint, a new one shows up to take that guy's spot in the party, and inherits their progression, which I approve of that on a mechanical level, because you don't want wasted progression, or else people will A, hate it and feel cheated, and B, you'll end up facilitating people spoiling each other, because they'll be like, oh, don't build him. Why not? Just don't. You'll be better in the long run. Don't give him your stat boosters. Oh, so he dies. No, I didn't say that. Just don't build him. Uh-huh. Yeah, all right. So he either dies or betrays you. Shut up! Like, this is much cleaner. The problem is that it very much feels like this fucking stranger just showed up and jacked his shit. Yeah, no, I've not played Final Fantasy V either, but I know that one. I mean, I'm never the guy who was going to get surprised by Aerith in Final Fantasy VII. I knew she died before I played 7. It's Final Fantasy. I pay attention when people talk about that. But I didn't pay attention when people talked about Metal Gear Solid, because when I was a kid all the way up to, like, maybe 5 years ago, one of the things about me was that I hated stealth games. I couldn't stand them. I never wanted to play a stealth game. Every time I had a stealth section in a game, I was upset and aghast and offended. And I know that sounds hilarious because you watched me spend a year on Hitman and have the time of my life, and you also know how much I like Payday. But it wasn't until 2021 that I gave the stealth in Payday an actual legitimate try and was like, fuck, I'm enjoying myself. And then I picked up a bunch of others. I was like, damn, a piece of my gaming haterade identity has just been smashed, and all I have left is fun. Still never played Thief. Maybe I will. But, yeah. It's never going to happen again, though, because the only other genre that I have horrible amounts of disdain for is, like, sports and football games, and we ain't changing that. Yeah, well, see, all throughout Act 1, when I was talking about how the interface was spoiling this character's death. It spoiled this character's death in a few ways, and I'll go through them for the 90th time really quickly. We've been collecting cosmetics and wardrobe outfits for people. See how Mael here has 8 hairstyles, but the new guy has nothing? That's because he's new. But the guy who died, he had way more than everybody else. Maybe not as many hairstyles as Mael, but like he had like... By this point, we've picked up a lot of hairstyles, but like he had 6 hairstyles when everybody else had 3. And he had 6 outfits when everybody else had 3. Like, they were giving him a whole bunch of stuff really quickly. The name of the act was named after his character. And also, his weapons weren't as advanced as everybody else's. Everybody else's weapons had, like, these level up bonuses, but his all looked like this, where they didn't. So everybody's default weapon doesn't have them, but all the other ones they've picked up has the extra stuff. Whereas this guy's didn't. They just had nothing. And so it seemed like he was half a character. That and his skill tree was much smaller than everybody else's. Yeah. He had a big list of locked skills, but it turns out that was just like a visual lie to make you think he had more coming. Which I think is, not bad. I'm glad they did that, but it didn't work.
Perfect.
So yeah, they could not mechanically hide the problem.
Here we go.
Ready to strike.
A storm is coming.
Sweet kill. Lovely name.
Useful.
Energizing death. On death, give allies +4 AP. That's interesting. That would be, I guess, part of the death bomb combo. If you're not doing the backup party thing. Not 100% sure, but maybe the rest of his skills are unlocked on New Game Plus. I doubt it. I don't know what use that would have, unless... The fact that he gets, like, mechanically replaced by Verso, I like... There was a game, there was an RPG on, I think, the PlayStation 3 that's kind of stuck in that era because it never got ported to PC or anything. It was the weird one where they, like, the whole game was a composer's dream before he died. Like a real-world composer. I can't remember the name of the damn composer, but like a real-world composer who died of tuberculosis or something. And the whole game was, in his last moments, he dreams himself into a JRPG world. And there was a character that dies. And I believe there was a super dungeon at the end of the game, and you could, if you finished the super dungeon, you got to bring her back to life. And she wasn't an important character. Like, it was a giant party list of, like, 10 or something. She was completely superfluous, but you could bring her back. I don't think that's going to happen here. But if it did, I don't think it would be very useful. I'm being vague not to avoid spoiling some decade-old JRPG, but because I don't remember the names of it. Anyway, corpse pile. I think that's all the loot here. Well, see, Chrono Trigger is one that I do... Yeah, Chrono Trigger is interesting because I've never played it. I know it's a classic, but I also know that spoiler. How could I not? Well, easily. But I know it. It crossed my path at some point. So I'm aware that that game is a bit odd. But I can't really speak on that one because I tried to avoid the finer details of that one.
Here's your card.
My turn.
Thancred, is that you?
Get ready.
And the parries aren't really happening today. Woo.
Would have lived.
Mind you, their DPS isn't really happening either, so I'm not exactly bothered. Assault 0 or Defiance? It's Assault 0. You have the most health.
Here we go.
Oh my buggerfuck. That sucks. I'll use it on you.
You're
Good stuff.
Clair of Lumina. Yeah, I've been trying not to press the dodge button. We don't dodge, we parry. That's all we got. Oh, we got lever. That's it, because we've been to this door. We've been to this side. So that was just a circle round side path with a Pictos in it. And a couple of colors of Lumina. So the other one is across this bridge. Who leveled up? You leveled up. Yeah, so we really don't need the might stat. Because now that we have weapons with, like, Bs and Cs, the attack power, instead of being once every 5, it's not only once every point, but sometimes you get 2. Not as much on the Cs, but we do try to keep them moving still. Skills. CL's the one I'm watching. Still got 5 more levels before we get Plentiful Harvest out of her. Take a quick rest on account of all the battering we just took. And because we're heading our way now, right? I don't know where I'm going, though, actually. This way? Because that's backwards. But if this... Yeah, because we wouldn't be able to get across there. So this is... Yeah. This is the way on. Okay. Something in there.
perfect.
Energy. Let's do a dance on the corpse pile. Whoa! Let's not do a dance on the corpse pile. The corpse pile is dangerous. Oh, hello. Wom. Biggie.
Here's your card.
Faster.
Everybody burn.
Careful now.
Gradient.
Would have lived.
Ready to evade.
Time to end this.
Is it? That's not the right button. None of you need this attack, but you're getting it anyway.
Do me in.
You mean like before they attack you on here? I'd say another enemy, but I think... Yeah, they're over the hump there.
Yeah.
So we're either past that already, or we go there later, or it's just scenery. Hard to tell. We seem to be heading that way, so... That trench to the left is, pretty solid. Some horrible shadow mess over there. Flag and a dead sack of potatoes. Hi, missing no. You may leave. I've no interest in speaking with you. Right then, missing no. Realistically, the name is Fading Woman, and it looks sort of like the ghost of someone in the middle of a gamage. Because the leaves are coming out. Got path to the right. Got path forward. And we've got backwards to the left up into that area, which, yeah.
Great.
Fantastique. What's that noise? Oh, it's one of you.
Yeah.
One of the little loot banks. Okay, where's your magic holding spot? Can we see it? I'd be lying if I said I could.
Yeah.
With you in a moment.
Ready. Here's your card.
Faster.
Let us stain them. Dodge is here.
Can't fucking get that second one.
Here we go.
Not terribly necessary, though.
What have we here?
Money. Oh, there's your little sticking spot. Wha-bam-bam! Now, what's your gimmick? You got friends? No. Melee attack. You flee faster. Not gonna help you though.
Incoming.
Take your shot.
Careful now.
I'm exhausted.
Let's carve a
everybody.
path.
That is rude.
Here we go.
Didn't save you though. 5 catalysts, a recoat, 5 colors of lumina. That's a good little loot bag. I appreciate your service, your sacrifice, and your sack of goodies. Is that all we have here? Other than desolation and misery, of course, which we get for free. Oh, there's more chroma.
Interesting.
Is it? It's not the weirdest place we've found it. Let's have you fly around for a bit. I'm sick of putting my feet on the ground here. It's disgusting. Also, she actually has a pair of shoes in this outfit. Much to the disappointment of many a degenerate. I'd put her in the swimsuit, but I have a bit more dignity than that. Oh god, there's a fire!
You're outmatched. Faster.
Here's your card. A storm is coming.
Bring it on. I need it.
One day I will get that. That one I don't know about. That one I'm unfamiliar with.
I saw your future. Chroma is flowing.
No, Sealed Fate would have been better, but still. Kiss of life, meet the kick of death. That's all we're gonna get out of that corner. But we have a definite item down here, as well as a definite enemy, and well, several items. Hey, buddy! Smack you so hard the camera will go through a wall.
Here's your card. Chroma is flowing. Careful now. Look out.
Would have lived. Yeah.
We do enjoy a successful parry. Oh my fuck. Yeah, that guy looks more serious.
Good stuff.
Let's hold up a second. Get the items. Journal. That's a journal.
Emily, Expedition Wolf 41. My bag's getting weighed down from all my kills. Maybe I need to pick smaller trophies. Estelle bagged 7 of those armoured nevs. So I've got to get at least 8 in this next batch if I'm going to beat her. Leah showed me how to double up my weapon pictos. Might not be stable, but the bang's going to be worth it. The painters might be out of our reach, but her minions aren't. And if I die, I'm going to make sure I die big. Like Xavier says, subtlety is not our game. We only live till 40. So let's go make some friends.
Well, she made some friends, all right. Glad she had a good time. Estelle and Lee. That's a weird crossover. Do you get anything extra out of skydiving that fucker?
What have we here?
Healing tints also imply powerful. That's not bad. How are we doing? Verso has pulled ahead. It'll be his time off soon enough. Will we be alright without Mael against a scary? Probably. I just remember that first scary one that was a real pain. I didn't see the save. I did swap wardrobe. That's weird. Oh, there it is. Save in progress. Okay. I just remember that first one, but I think I'm A, better, B, more overleveled, and C, 3 characters. And I mean, hell, if we all die, Mael will come save us. Fuck it. Chromatic Luster.
Seal incoming.
Chroma is flowing.
Right, that's an ouchie. I feel like wildfire is not going to do much to you, my guy. I'm going to try it anyway, just because we need to be we need to be sure. Yeah, alright. Yeah, okay, if we can't make you burn, that's bad. I don't like that.
Faster.
That's bad for Lune. Lune is perhaps not the best try. But then again, Mael gets her Virtuose out of burning, so...
Okay. Danger! It's locked on you!
Coming.
Careful now. Let the ink flow.
Ow!
Here we go.
Deal me in. Time to read. Dodge CL.
Oh, what the fuck?
A storm is coming.
Huh. How do we not be burnt, though? Because, like, there's cleansing tint, but we've only got 5 healing tints. We don't really have a status effect removal. No, healing light does that. Okay. So we want Lune to heal the burns. Interesting. Well, let's get another stain so we can mayhem, perhaps.
Earth, rise.
Ready to strike. Careful now.
Let's play.
We dodge that.
Here's your card.
That's better. Good stuff.
Let the ink flow.
You're burning more.
Let's carve a path. Your existence ends now.
Here we go.
Don't think we need healing. Let's break you. Yeah, that'll do it. That's good. Let's remove more burns.
Let's carve a path.
We'll rank S. I think Defiant Strike is the one that was
This will
recommended. Oh yeah, killed it. Good. Okay, that worked out. Bumbled our way through. Lustison. Alright. Energizing Parry. AP on successful parry, level 9. Colors Illumina, Polished Catalysts. It's Vitality and Agility. Killing an enemy with Foretell gives its Foretell to another enemy. Apply Mark on consuming Foretell. Increase dark damage with skills. That one's done. Elixir. After a big fight like that. Oh, it is dark in here. It's actually brighter in here when the enemy was there because he was on fire. Can we bring him back?
Good stuff.
It was useful. Well. I think that's all of the hidden secrets here. The woman still does not want to speak to us. Is this the wrong way? It is. I want to go forward. We've been left, we've been right, now we go forward.
Looks like we passed the danger zone. And no sign of your special Nevron.
Oh, I guess we're lucky.
paint cage. No, that was a paint cage thingy. Alright, then where's the cage? There's the cage.
Great.
Chroma elixir, very good. Smashy, smashy. Looks like a journal there. And yeah, this looks a lot less, violent of an area. It doesn't look it doesn't look completely non-violent, because that does appear to be a catapult of some kind, but, a trebuchet. But, and's a dead person. But it is less overwhelmingly violent. There aren't corpse piles, there is just corpse. And an area on this continent without at least one corpse is considered a dull locale. Dear God, what happened to you? It's a nice hat, but I don't think that's what it is.
Expedition 57, Carla. These siege engines seemed much more powerful in Lumiere. But on this battlefield, next to all these broken bodies, staring at the true size of the monolith, I feel despair. I dare not show my true feelings. As commander, I cannot yield to fear, but I can't help but wonder, is pressing forward the correct course of action?
No.
Our lives are forfeit anyway, but is there perhaps a better way to spend such precious coin?
Booze. There's a building there. But there's also an archway and flag that way. Let's try the building first. What the fuck? Gestural? Gestural, okay, that's... Why are you here? What a stupid place. Why do you have a bike in your... giant pile of garbage? Crossing the damn sea was hard, but oof! Didn't expect to find a war zone brimming with Nevrons. Nobody expects a war zone brimming with Nevrons. Alright. My L. En garde, percé.
Ready to parry.
Oh shit, you lived.
En garde.
You know that's just gonna make it easier to stab you in the dick. Wait.
On me. Nice. En garde. Flames on me.
I do not want to part with my secret stash, but you dueled me good. Have a look-sees. Obscur, an outfit from my L. Alright. Like that. 3 colors of Lumina. Get him, get him, get him. 5 polished chroma catalysts. I don't know how valuable that is anymore, but I'll take it anyway. 10,000 for a recoat. I don't think I need that when I have 14 of them. But I also have 84,000. Inverted affinity. Apply inverted on self for 3 turns on battle start. 50% increased damage while inverted. Right. What does inverted do other than that? And Benissim, which would be a Lune weapon. Healing skills are cheaper. Earth Stain at the beginning of the turn. Get a second turn when you're healing? That's not bad. Oh, you ain't it, but... I mean, fuck it, I'll buy a Rico. Why not? Because you're out of the way. And I got so much money.
Oh,
Mael, you have a coat. You have a bangin' good coat. Yeah, I'm giving you that. Man, that looks good. It could look better. It could be red. It looks good. Remember what inverted does. Don't, but I think we have... Inverted prevents you from being healed. Ah, well, we don't heal much. We can equip it for now. While we get the Lumina unlocked. Who knows? Maybe there's a boss, there's a gimmick boss where you want everybody to be inverted at all times. But it's not zombie. It makes heals hurt, but... It doesn't seem to make... Revives kill. Doesn't say anything about that, right? Or does it? Then again, that's not how it worked in 10 either. The Phoenix Downs didn't kill the boss. You had to use 2 of them. So yeah, it's basically zombie. Another head hangs slowly, child is slowly taken, and the violence causes silence. Who are we taken? Certainly rest now. I don't think I've ever actually fully needed to rest, though, because we're never out of chroma elixirs. The only time we're out of chroma elixirs is at the beginning of the game when we only had 1. It's the problem with the way they're like, giving you progression in the form of, like, just increasing your rechargeable item capacity, is that you quickly just make them irrelevant. Maybe on hard mode. Maybe on hard mode you need every single one, but... Oop, cutscene. Mael looks so good now.
Hey. You holding up? We're almost there.
You're not
Holding up.
Gustav.
everywhere we go, just death. Death and more death. Everywhere we go, just death. I don't want to see that anymore.
Look, my
I
Elliot.
thought you would understand. You said you spent your immortality burying the people around you. Doesn't any of this bother you? And you. Gustav's dead. How can you keep going like nothing happened?
Cope.
We need to continue.
Why do you...
Mael. You know what we must do. When one falls, come on.
Well, time to find out how real that immortality is. Because I'm pretty sure he just got bisected. You got something in your mouth. Oh no, he's alright. Where's his weapon?
Merde! Are you hurt?
I'm fine. Thanks.
Ready?
Probably not. That was quite the fall. But yeah, let's pretend. Duelist!
Not today.
Dawns on me I was not prepared for that whole inverted thing to happen right before a goddamn boss fight. But fuck it! I can't control what happens. Let's burn you. Can I get 4 stains out of this? Yeah, I could use Mayhem next turn.
Gamble. Here's your card.
I should try that out.
Try me.
Can break, but... not gonna break for a while. I was about to say, wow, that's not very good. Then the rest of it happened.
I saw your future.
Let's carve a path. Here we go.
I don't think this boss is going to be a problem. That's interesting. You get a free counter on a successful jump, but it doesn't... it's not the end counter.
Chroma is flowing. Here's your card.
Shit, you don't have enough AP for the one you need to use. Well...
This will hurt.
oh. Wasn't quite killed. Okay, but why does getting a second sword give you another health bar? That's complicated.
Dodges, yeah.
Didn't really need it.
Oh, there was another one. Good to buggering no. Right,
Let's
Dark's
carve a
not
path.
doing a lot to this fella.
Your existence ends now.
That does a decent amount, though. Light. If there's a connection there.
Quake in fear.
Yeah, I think we made it. Oh, what are you doing? This is just cinematic. Dualiso. That's one of his swords. That's clever. Combo attack 1. Base attack has an extra hit.
Well, turns out this Nevron wasn't that strong, but you did well. You learn fast.
All this is what we're fighting for.
The corpses? I'm just logistically confused at this point. I don't know how there could be this many dead people. I know there's been like 60 years of expeditions, but more like 50. But man, how many kids are they having in Lumiere? Didn't we pick up a ram weapon after Gustav went? Possibly not, but yeah, Dualiso, Verlesso. I think they do look a little different from the rams, but like, oh, that's fucked up. Let's not touch that one. Play again after a base attack. 50% increased base attack damage. Base attack gives 4 perfection. That's a weird weapon. I'm gonna keep this Goltzeran because I like that that protection of not losing a rank when you. I feel like that's very good, and that we would feel it more without the weapon than we do with. I find it hard to see anything else on this list is worth getting rid of that protection. You can have... I like these 3 on you, but I'll let you work on some crappy ones as well. Didn't look like most of those bodies had the uniform. Right, but there haven't been people around to be killed for a long time. Maybe these, yeah, maybe these are collapse corpses, I don't know. Next question. How do we get out of here? That'll do it.
Interesting.
That was quite the fall. We're lucky there's this crumbly platform, because otherwise I don't know what we have. And a grapple point. Yeah, the world is awfully convenient with its grapple point proliferation. Wonder who put them there for us.
Useful.
That one's an expeditioner. That'd be the bridge we fell down. Along with the way back. So it's not a point of no return. Wouldn't make much sense to be a point of no return, because there's a merchant here and the world map is pretty open. So that's a clever way of dealing with the missing bridge. I should maybe go eat some food, though, actually. I'm not sure where the next flag is. You don't really need a flag to stop, but... I think we should let Verso take a break from the party now as well. He's got a couple of pictos he's working on, but they're not terribly important. Yeah, I'm gonna eat. Enjoy title screen music. I'll be back as soon as I can. Down we float. Actually, let's Mael. Let Mael run with her nice new cape. We've still got miles and miles to go. Hello.
Oh, lovely.
Revive Tint Energy. Revive Tints give 3 AP. Really don't want to swap out any of my L's anymore. She's too put together. I do think, and it's got a lot to do with that unique weapon that we picked up. Very, very glad I picked her for that fight. I do think she is the most satisfying character to use at the minute. Although Verso and CL are both quite good. Lune is more complicated and you have to like think and plan around her stains and all that, and I don't quite have the gel for her. I just sort of wing it, whereas with CL and Verso there's a distinct rhythm to them, which is good and intuitive. I mean, you can have a rhythm with Lune as well, but you have to plan it and set it up and be like, alright, so this is how it works, this is the skills, this is the order, this is what stains appear, this is the weapon you use to make it all gel. Like you have to get it more than just these abilities do this.
Is this the place?
Yeah. We can bury your friend under this tree, if that's okay with you.
Oh, right, we've been carrying... No, we don't have his body. Are we burying his arm? Don't we need that? Or have we just been carrying the whole lump of him the whole way? Oh yeah, Esquier. I forgot about him. Not bearing the arm. I guess we took the converter out of it. How many friends did you bury here, Versa?
Couldn't wait for me, could you? I wish we could.
Rest easy, Gustav.
I'll finish what you started. The paintress, Renoir, they will pay.
No more dome. Just open skies.
I'll save them, Gustav. Emma, your apprentices, everyone.
You can leave it to us. You were always there for me.
I'll save them.
Say hi to Soph for me, yeah?
We could never tell if you were my brother or my father. But to me, you were both. The best brother and father I've ever had.
When one falls, we continue.
Thanks for being my family. See you in the next life.
For those who come after. Didn't think to bury all of these fuckers. Look, they were friends with the rest of the expeditioners, but wasn't the same degree of closeness. And, like, okay, so maybe CL isn't as close to Lune and Mael, but, like, they went out of their way to show that Gustav had pretty strong connective tissue to all three of those people. If anything, it's quite deliberate. The guy was very reliable and personable in a way that made the people around him feel assured and safe. So if you're going to kill someone to move the plot along... Back at camp.
For about 2 hours. Then there's a big lake. We shouldn't go there at all. We should make a right, and then it's gonna take a few hours, and then we make a stop. We get some rest and some food. And then from there, we head north to Monoko Station.
Why there?
To recruit my oldest friend. We'll need the extra firepower, because our next goal will be to take down the Paintress Heart.
Her heart?
Yes. You can't just stroll up to the Paintress. The chroma there is far too dense. It erases anyone who gets close. But if we destroy her heart, the barrier will fall.
Okay. So where is this heart? What does it look like?
What it looks like, that I don't know. But I do know that it's somewhere in the center of old Lumiere.
You found old Lumiere?
Yes.
So it's true. Before the fracture, our Lumiere was part of a larger city on the continent.
I've traveled with many expeditions. I was with the 58th when we found old Lumiere. But Renoir erased them before we could get further. And I don't know much more.
All right then. Let's go meet your friend at Monoko Station. And then, we'll take the Paintress's heart.
The three of you don't feel comfortable, uncomfortable rather, travelling with the man who has travelled with many of your ilk before but has always failed and has always lost all of them. That doesn't occur to you. As if not a reason for suspicion, then perhaps a concern? Again, sure, we're the video game protagonists, so if anyone's going to defeat Renoir, it's us, but if you want to look at it narratively, they have every reason to suspect this is the most doomed crew that was ever doomed. He already atomized one of you, and he didn't have to try very hard to do it. Hey there, Withers. You I don't trust either. Whose ghost are you? That's the real questions. I guess the idea behind all these polished catalysts is that you can get all of your weapons up to a workable level, and that way you can swap between them. You don't have to be like me and just pick one, but I don't want to swap stuff because of the way the stats work. So I'm just collecting these catalysts. But we've got 0 use for the regulars now, because everything's 3 minimum. guess you can bring everything up to 5 minimum. Seven points. Might hold on to that. Oh, healing parry's nice. You should have teamwork. Everybody should have that. Yeah, everybody should have that. What are the level 10 abilities for CL and Verso's weapons? Reduction of AP cost for healing skills. I'm not as bothered about that because we don't have her second healing skill yet. We'll make Grim Harvest cost 4, but we want Plentiful Harvest as well. That's when twice as many abilities will be affected by it. For Verso, it means that when he hits rank S, he gets faster. Gets a speed buff. Which is not, you know... incredible holy shit, but it is a thing. We have one Resplendent. Yeah, that and Seal gets lots of AP, yeah. Yeah, the level 4... I mean, the level 20 is going to be good as well, but the level 4 is why I have this weapon on him. As for her, the passive healing is nice. The level 20 is really what stands out for hers, with healing getting even better, but... Mostly, I think the logic behind building her with a healing style... at least the logic that was in the thing I read saying to do it, is because everyone else is being built for damage. And she still deals a lot of damage. So, I'll leave it for now. I don't think we picked up any random gestrels, did we? Do you have anything new for me? Nope. We have found a third of them, though, so that's good.
How far up the mountain is Minoko Station? Will we see snow?
Not too high, but yeah. There's usually snow.
Fantastic.
Oh, right. There's no snow in Lumiere.
No, only in books and paintings. It's almost as mythical as Gestrels.
And just as fun. And sometimes just as deadly.
Oh. Really? My husband was obsessed with the idea of snow. I can't wait to see some.
That you will.
Do you want to spend time with Ciel? Sure. Verso approaches Ciel, who seems open to talking.
You seem less stressed than the others.
Yeah, it's a coping mechanism. She's good at it.
Is that your conclusion? After your extensive observation of our team?
Yes.
There must be better uses of your time than analysing our stress levels.
Well, it's important to understand your teammates.
Says the mysterious stranger who has yet to share much about himself.
then consider this my attempt to be less mysterious.
Oh, is that what this is?
I'll trade you. Story for a story. Quite fair, I think.
I'll trade you. A story for a story. Quite fair, I think.
Well, there are stories, and then there are stories. You first, then.
Something unusual? Something unusual would be for Lune. Let's go with something epic.
Something epic, then? Full of battle and danger?
No. Tell me something dark and melancholy and personal.
Do we have some wine?
Ooh, going straight for the heavy stuff, huh?
If we're going to share, let's share.
Story for a story, right?
We'll see.
Verso and CL spend the next few minutes arguing whether CL should also share. CL continues to tease Verso, who remains evasive. Verso and CL's relationship grows a little bit. CL will now die for you. They head back to the others.
How far up?
Not too hard. Oh, right.
No.
And just as...
Oh, my husband.
Right, so yeah, we only get one conversation out of everybody, but...
Your oldest friend is a Gestrel.
Yes. We've been friends for as long as I can remember.
Now, if we're recruiting a Gestrel, does that mean we're going to have a Gestrel battle party member, or is it going to be like SKA, where they're just like a hanger-on?
Gustav would have loved that.
Yeah, the last Gestrel Gustav meant he fucking verbally abused, I don't know.
Why? Because he liked Gestrels?
Because he liked the idea of friendships that could last decades. We don't get to enjoy such long friendships in Lumiere.
I never affiliate with anyone who isn't prepared to drown me in money.
Do you want to spend time with Lune? How could we say no? Thank you for the subscription. I don't recognize your name, but it wouldn't be the first time somebody has subscribed without giving me a hello first. Lune intercepts Verso as he walks by the fire.
Why are you allying yourself with us?
Because you just lost somebody who occupied my exact slot. Therefore, it was the perfect time to be a replacement Darren.
Not a lot of options out here, in case you hadn't noticed.
They even sound the same. He's just a bit deeper.
What about the previous expeditioners? Did you help them too? Yet they still failed.
Though it's an unequivocal downgrade, because, like, we've gone from Charlie Cox to not Charlie Cox.
That's a terrible way to ask questions. Do you always interrogate people like this?
Yes, she does.
Given the circumstances, I think we can skip the pleasantries, no?
I'd rather we skipped the formalities.
Alliances are usually give and take, as are conversations. Trust goes both ways, no?
All right then. As a gesture of good faith, I'll show you how to use Lumina.
No need. I got it.
Well, aren't you a quick study?
But I appreciate the gesture. Thank you.
Trust works both ways.
What we're missing here is an immortality test scene. We need that scene where they're like, oh, you're immortal, are you? Yes. How immortal? Like, if I were to stab you right now, would you be fine? And then a stabbing. Like that's what I'm waiting for here. That happens every single time you have a character be like, I can't die. Because you need to know what sort of immortality we've got. Is it the stabbings won't affect me in the sense that, like, you know, you can Luke Cage it where the skin won't break? I don't think that's the case, because he takes damage in battle. Hell, he can get knocked out in battle. Don't recall that it's actually happened yet since we got him, but I think it can happen, otherwise it would break the game. Is it the kind where it's a healing-based thing, where, yeah, you fuck him up good, but he'll get better? Is it the horrible kind where he doesn't heal or regenerate, he just doesn't fucking die. So, like, he could chop his head off and just carry it around, and he would just be talking forever. Could Verso become Murray? Those are the things we need to know. Those are the things we need to... If I was bonding with Verso, and I can't because I'm apparently playing as him, so I have to bond with everyone the fuck else, those would be the questions I'd be asking. What flavor of stay-alive-ishness does this man have? Anyway, you wanted to be sneaky? I mean, you can lurk. There's no problem with that. In fact, you know, people who hide in the background and throw money at me, like, I've rarely met people that I've enjoyed more than that. Well, feel free to hang out and talk as well. Either way, enjoy sad French painting chronicles. Bare bones agelessness. Well, Renoir looks older. Is that because... Yeah, because like if you ever seen Lost, there's a character who was like suddenly made ageless in Lost 150 years before the show's contemporary timeline, and so yeah, he just doesn't get older. I forget whether he can actually die or not, but you're right. Yeah, agelessness is one form of immortality which does not actually prevent you from getting hurt and dying the more direct way. Like what happened to the Aes Sedai in Wheel of Time. Their skin sort of freezes, so they never ever look any older, but they still do age, and they still do die of violence. They just don't visibly age. But that's clearly not what's happening here because of how many times we smacked Renoir in the face, and he didn't give a shit. He did get blasted into a wall, but he got up from that. Anyway, trust works both ways. All right, gesture of good faith.
All right. As a gesture of good faith, I'll answer 3 questions. Choose wisely.
Answer these questions 3, and you will learn a bit about me.
Only 3.
If she starts asking about the immortality, I'll find that very funny, but let's see what the scientific mind comes up with.
Someone's a bit greedy.
3 questions with 3 follow-ups.
Oh, haggling.
You're really pushing this.
I think it's reasonable.
All right. Go for it.
Damn it. Lune spends some time bombarding Verso with questions. We're not going to tell you what they are, because we're pricks. Verso remains evasive, which pisses Lune off, but also triggers her insatiable sense of curiosity. Lune is reluctantly intrigued, as is Verso. Relationship level increased. 1. Lune will now die for you. You finished the game yourself just a couple days ago. You're looking for someone going in blind with a curious nature and tendency. Oh, we very often just stop and talk about things. So far, I think everybody's in a painting. I think we're in a painting that is in that manor. That's why the manor is everywhere and there's doors to it everywhere. It's because the world is in the manor. And everybody's not real. Because what the nightmare poetry woman said, what was it? People who know not that they are not. Nobody's real, and the reason why Renoir and Verso are immortal is because they're human. And you can't get hurt in a painting unless you're made of paint, which everyone else is. Except maybe Mael, because I don't know what's happening with her in the nightmare thing. Maybe she got thrown in there and wiped of her memory. But yeah, that's the going thought. As to what that means for the actual paintress, fuck knows, but painting people, that's where I'm at. We also had a lot of fun in Act 1, because we sort of figured out that Gustave was going to die, and it wasn't because the story told us, it was because the fucking menus told us. Everybody who's been watching me play this so far is probably sick of me doing this list, but I'll do it again because you're fresh and new here. His weapons did not have bonuses. He got too many cosmetics all at once. His skill tree was weird. It wasn't long enough, and there were too many locked ones. all of these things pointed to either A, he gets a class change, kind of like Cecil does in Final Fantasy IV, or he gets Aerothed. Or Joeled. And it was the latter. And I said at the time I would be disappointed if that happened, because A, they kind of spoiled it with their mechanics and their menus, but B, I mean, it was a rough section, wasn't it? Like I was very annoyed. I'm still annoyed. Verso is interesting. He's fun, and I hate that he's interesting and fun because I still want to be mad at him. But and when the interrogation is over, they go back to the others. And Gustav had a nice red outfit. He had the crimson uniform, which is the best outfit that the game has thrown at me so far, because I have an unhealthy enjoyment of the color red. And this guy just has a fucking shirt. Or a default coat, but I'm morally opposed to wearing default stuff. What was that fucking dance move, my guy? What did you just do with your arms? What was this? Do it again. Oh, now he's shy. Okay. I do like this one for Mayal, though. That's nice. Need a good one for CL, because I refuse to have them walk around wearing silly stuff because of the fact that it, you know, makes the cutscenes. I could disable it, but I want them to wear good clothes during the cutscenes. And that ain't it. That's just not practical for walking through blood-stained battlefields. And that ain't it. So yeah, for Lune, it's this casual outfit or nothing. For Verso, it's this casual outfit or nothing. But Mael at least has one that I like. The casual ones don't bother me too much because, like, it's not... Maybe a skirt on an expedition isn't super wise, but at least with Versos, like, yeah, I can understand wanting to dress light while you're running through the battlefield and picking fights with every Neveron you see. Yeah, but the silly ones are not great. No. Okay, so we've done Ciel, we've done Lune, Mael, and then Esquier. Again, with regards to a painted world, honestly, Esquier looks like a giant stuffed animal to me.
How come Minoko lives so far from the other Jestrels?
Because he lives in Monaco. Anyway.
Monoko's a searcher. They travel the land looking for Jestrels who went missing after the fracture.
The lost Jestrels.
Is those the little baby ones that we've been looking for, or...? No, a fracture, years ago.
Yeah. That, and he, pissed off Golgra.
I'm a little concerned about a Jestral party member. I really hope he speaks English. Not in a racist way, I mean, like, so that I don't have to speak over him. Oh, is that it? No spend time with Mayal?
How come
Monoko's
the lost...
Yeah.
That's a shame. Oh.
That was sad.
Yeah, it was a funeral. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
You were sad.
Yeah.
You were thinking of Julie.
Oh?
Well, not just her, but... Yeah.
Julie or Sophie?
Want a hug?
Oh.
Yeah. I do.
Yes, we will spend time with Esquier. Giant stuffed animal.
She reminds me of someone.
Mael or Ciel? I'm going to say Ciel, because when we met Esquier, he immediately talked to Ciel like he knew her.
You mean CL?
No, Miles. Have I met her before?
I don't think it really matters, but go on.
Well, you also thought you knew CL.
There you go.
Oh, but I do. Wait, don't I?
Sometimes I feel like you know everyone.
Sometimes I feel like you know everyone.
Oh, well. That's because you're all cousins. Same, but different.
Right, so, maybe it's that.
Yes. Just like Verso is Verso's cousin. Mael is Mael's cousin. Yes, that's it. You're so very wise.
Verso the Wise.
Yep. Verso the Wise.
Oh, great name. Oh, can I be Eskia the Great? No, wait. How about Eskia the Brave? Oh, no. Eskia the Great is better.
You're just a big ball of nonsense sometimes, aren't you?
That's why we're best friends.
SKA and Verso have fun talking to each other a bit more. Their bond grows. Also, SKA does give him that hug, but we do it off-screen because the animation required to deal with their respective size differences would be really, really expensive and time-consuming, and we want to focus on those battle scenes. They talk a bit more bullshit before going back to the others. That'd be everybody, I guess. Recruit Minoko, Verso's best friend at his station in the mountains. We can check up on the others. Mael quietly approaches Lune, wanting to apologize for her behavior on their way to bury Gustave.
Hey.
Hey.
I didn't mean...
It's fine.
I just...
I miss him too.
It's hard.
The pain we feel every time we lose someone. I've tried many ways of dealing with it. Running from it, sitting with it, compartmentalizing it.
Ever tried defenestrating it?
But what I needed was to use it. To use everything.
What do you mean?
I feel everything. And I let it burn inside me. When I'm tired. When I feel hopeless. When I want to just let it all go. I use the pain. I use the fear. The shame. The guilt. The anger. I use it all to keep going. To make sure I continue.
Well, Guan, you just need to find one of those ruined houses with enough, at least three intact sides of a window hole. Then you can.
Lune.
I can almost feel them beside me. Everyone we've lost. Walking with me.
Well, it's them or the delirium.
Especially when I use chroma. I feel their presence, their closeness. And they help me.
You feel Gustave?
Yeah. I do.
I'd like to feel him with me too.
You have an affinity for chroma too. Try it.
How do you always know what to do?
I don't. Want to know a secret? I have no idea what I'm doing. And I don't think anyone else does either.
That's a hard realization to make as you get older, but yes.
Really?
Especially not all the people in power.
Don't tell anyone else I said that.
Mael and Lune spend more time together in a moment that was special for both of them. Yeah, I think... Obviously the combat system in this game and the actual playing of it is hitting a lot of people very well, because it's a blend of two popular things that haven't really been blended in this way before to this extent. But I think the other reason why this game is, like, doing what it's doing... I don't want people talking about endings in here. We're in the middle of a first playthrough, shut up. I guess I can conclude that there's two endings, but that's certainly more than I wanted to hear about that. But I think the writing is very much emotionally focused. Like, that conversation, and they you expect a game like this, a JRPG-styled game, to have a different sort of cast. Generally an anime-styled cast, but a bunch of depressed French people gathering around and talking about death is different. But no, it's like they really earned, as much as annoyed as I was by the Gustav thing, like, they're really earning the aftermath of that and exploring every single character's responses to it with exactly the depth that you need. It's immersive in a sort of heart-crushing way, but that's not a bad thing. Check up on the others again. Is there another scene? CL, maybe? Ooh. Lune. And CL.
What are you working on?
Contingency plans. If we fail, Expedition 32 will need every bit of information we have.
Right, but how are you going to get it to them?
I asked the Gestrals for help.
Smart.
What are the stars whispering to you?
Actually, I'm the one whispering to them.
Oh?
It's something my dad and I used to do. When I was scared, or anxious, or even when I was happy, he'd say, share it with the stars. When it's hard to talk about things, the stars will understand.
I like that.
I talked to the stars a lot after he was gone.
I remember the night we first met at the Crooked Tower.
Right. After the gommage.
I was surprised to find you there. I thought I was the only one who knew about that room.
I had to get away from the harbour. And those damn petals everywhere. So I climbed up.
It wasn't logical, but part of me really believed my parents and their expedition had succeeded. That they'd stopped her. Then the pain just woke. And I knew they weren't coming home.
You know, it meant a lot to me. The comfort we shared that day. But you avoided me after. Why?
It wasn't personal. I cut a lot of people out of my life.
Okay, not personal.
That day, I knew my parents had failed. They were counting on me to finish their work. I couldn't afford distractions.
Friends are not distractions.
I know that now.
Wow. We're in the middle of nowhere with 1 year left to live. What better time to build friendships?
I could use some wine, though.
Making friends is thirsty work.
And while they're having that conversation, Mael writes in the journal, I imagine. Mael finds a spot where she can write. She spends some time writing in Gustave's journal to honor his memory. She gathers her courage and writes about Gustave's sacrifice, how he laid the trail. She hopes Gustave's apprentices will read this journal someday, for those who come after.
Thanks. It really was a beautiful place.
Glad you liked it. I've buried friends there too. You were right about condolences. We offered them because we don't know what else to say, but there's no comfort there.
No.
All we can do is carry them with us.
I guess. Sorry. It's just we're
Drowning in our own sadness. Hey, why did you join the expedition? I mean, with the Gommage, I understand the rest of the team's decision, but you're half their age.
out here seemed better than in there at the time.
It's natural. Wanting to escape a life you don't want.
Escape. Yeah. That's what I wanted. But Gustav and the others, they really want to change things.
Well, changing your life also counts. Can't always shoulder the world's problems, you know? It'll drain you fast.
Gustav would probably say, if more of us cared, then it would lighten the load for everyone.
He sounds like a good guy.
Wait. I kept Gustav's, so you can have mine. You'll need one if you want to be an official member of our merry crew.
I gotta say, I didn't take you for an official kind of person.
Welcome to the disaster expedition.
Thank you.
That's a nice touch. Not giving him Gustav's. Ah! Relationship level increase with Mael. That is not optional. All of the others, you were like, hey, do you want to hang out with this person right now? This one's not optional. The real question is, do those relationship levels mean anything other than flavor? Here we are, we're past the Forgotten Battlefield. That's interesting. Because it would imply that we're going to need to walk through that again if we ever want to come back out to all of this. There's 2 areas we didn't visit. Sorry, 3. There's this area here, the Abyss Cave and the Redwoods, which are all danger marked, as well as some places we couldn't go, like here. And this. And this. And the floating areas, like there and there. But we cleaned most of it up. Recruit Minoko, Urso's best friend, at his station in the mountains. Minoko a go-go. Although we'll probably not be heading there till tomorrow, because we've got an hour, and I imagine there'll be like at least an hour of wandering the world map right now.
How far to Minoko
Flying
Station?
SKA, that's probably true, yeah.
With SKA? No, should be quick.
And we know we're getting flying SKA because there's floating continents and shit. Well, not continents, but like there's floating places. So, it makes sense. Airship. Sometimes your airship is a giant stuffed animal. That is a trebuchet, just hanging out. Hey guys. Wom. I said. Wom. I foretell that you're about to get fucked up.
Here's your card.
Or maybe not, you're resistant to that. Whatever. You're big. You can get fucked.
I'm ready.
Probably died of the burn.
Caught up!
I feel better. Feel better.
Bye! That's a shame, though. We need to... Oh no, do you have the cards? You have the cards.
I saw your future.
Your future was pain. Crueler levels up. We are on, I think it was Expeditioner, right? Where actually do you go to turn the difficulty? Yeah, okay, here. I am definitely not an expert of anything. Yeah, I'm still pretty sure the only game I've ever voluntarily played on the hardest mode was Shadow Tactics. That was after some serious practice. The closest I came to dropping down to story was early game. It was the first chromatic enemy, when it was just Gustav and Lune versus Chromatic Lancer, I think? And we spent 20 minutes eating shit. At the end of that, I was like, I might need to drop it down to story mode to make the game playable on stream at a decent pace. But we've gotten stronger ever since we went to the Hidden Gestural Arena, and I spent more time there than I should have. I haven't really struggled since. And I think that's to do with the typical JRPG method of being just a little bit more leveled than you need. Because, yeah, the regular mob attacks don't really hurt much anymore.
Good stuff.
So even though my parrying is hit and miss, literally, you can get by. Now, would I drop the story if I needed to? Yes, absolutely. See, I'm a Dark Souls hater. I don't play Souls-likes. This is the first time I've played a game that has half of that aspect to it. And when I say hater, I don't really mean that. I mean more that I've never touched them because they are advertised as being all about being difficult challenges. And so that doesn't pull me in. I've thought about it. I might try one. There's one I'd like to try because it's a setting that I really enjoy, which is Wolong Fallen Dynasty, because it's actually a Three Kingdoms game, and you all saw me do Dynasty Warriors Origins earlier the year. So I'd like to play that. I haven't gotten around to it, because I got Three Kingdomed out after Dynasty Warriors Origins, but I'm sure I will at some point give it a shot. However, a game that's hard for hard's sake is never going to make me want to play it. Although, there was Shadow Tactics. I did greatly enjoy that. That is a top-down stealth game where you have a bunch of little characters and you sort of real-time their actions to stealthily kill all of the gods on a map. That worked for me. This sort of thing, I wouldn't be surprised if the only reason why this is working for me is because I don't have to move the characters. Because it's just based on rhythm, timing, and interpreting how the attacks are going to land. I think I'm doing better. Anyway. There's a painting workshop there. Okay. I've already been there once. I hated it because I don't like platformy void spaces. It's one of my, it's really my main phobia. Any game that puts you in like a place with no walls and a floor, especially if it's dark or endlessly white.
Noto Station is to the north, not far from here.
I struggle. There's a Gestural there. What was that? He bounces to get himself back up. Sure. Where's the painting workshop? There. Hitman and Bullet, we've streamed both of those. I spent a year on Hitman and half a year on a Baldur's Gate 3 run. Didn't play either of those in hard difficulty, though. Hiya, humans. Care for a good deal? Plunging Bob and French Bob. No Silent Bob. But it is the hair revolution for CL right now. Let's take a look at him. I wish we could rotate you. Yeah, we could give you the French Bob. I just think shorter hair suits her better than the other two. Lune with short hair does not seem right at all. Although she doesn't really have any short hair options yet, except for the obvious joke Gestural one. And that's not short, it's just up. My L could go either way. Well, still says danger, but last time that wasn't a problem, so I'm going to go in anyway. The real danger is my patience. This part shits me. Then again, that was easier. By and large, easier than last time. Yeah, the gestural beach platforming challenge could bite every dick from here to fucking Mars. Not to be crude. A traveller here, bathing in light. I have whispered my fears, yet she merely smiles. A secretive smile that hints at truths beyond my grasp. She tells me the night must be met with courage, that the heart must not falter. She crafts a beast, radiant yet fearsome, woven from the very essence of luminescence. It prowls the night, casting its spectral glow upon the darkened corners of my sanctuary. Will you put an end to her night? What do you mean? She manipulates, frightens, controls. Everyone, all of us, all of you. Fear is her weapon. I would assume that the faceless boy is the same figure. I would, I mean, it's the same character model every time, right? Will you put an end to her night? Sure. A curious yet admirable pursuit. The beast has paid the price, and so shall its darkness shine once again. Farewell. Color of the beast, a lamp that can awaken the beast. Time for more pain in the arse! That is a hand in a cage. Yeah, I don't like the rolling forward. I do not consent to move that much. But this is the same place we were at before. In fact, I'm pretty sure... Oh, shit! Okay, that's fine. I'm pretty sure we came from here. Now, last time we used that, the story of the beast is written. In the depths where shadows sigh, lurks a beast beneath the sky. Still incomplete, its lair closed off. The big question will be then, who is / was the faceless boy, and is he at all connected to Renoir? And he could be Renoir for all we know. He could be like a spirit, a child form of either of the... Renoir and Verso would be the candidates. Or he could be a son, a brother. Someone who died as a child. Like a painted ghost memory. Or like the memory of someone's child form. They are a child no longer. Or the memory of a child that never stopped being one on account of dying young. You know what I mean? So it could be an entirely separate character, or it could be... Or it could relate to someone we have not met yet, of course. But if we're going on with the idea of, like, this is some sort of frozen painting world, it's probably some sort of therapy for somebody, right? It's just not doing a very good job. As expected, this area with a boss beyond it, still impassable. I mean, when I say boss, it looks like it's the lamp creature again, right? That's weird, because we've already faced that. But I guess we just find the workshops and continue to collect those colors of the beast and put them in. If there's only one more, though, then that one might be the one where we get a fight, so... Maybe we shouldn't be so eager to jump into the next one. But that one's fine, really.
Ready?
Aim fire.
Here's your card.
Everything burns.
Finesse and
Everything
precision.
burns.
Harry!
Oh, since you're new, Ms. Splash, I will mention...
It's locked on you.
I should be streaming this tomorrow. There's a chance I won't, and I'll stream it on Tuesday or Wednesday instead. But normally I streamed Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and weekends. With Mondays and Fridays, no. However, I'm about to move house on the 8th. So this weekend was to be the last streams until I'm settled in at the new place. Again, if I can't stream tomorrow if I'm too tired, because I do have to be doing some inspection stuff at the new place tomorrow, then I might do one more stream midweek. But I'm taking a week, the week before moving off, and then the week of the move off, and am intending to be back 2 weeks later. So there will be a gap before I come back to playing a lot of this. But once that time is over, then I will be here more nights than I'm not, most likely. Or days, I don't know where you are. But always around this time. Yeah, let's just seal your fate. Oh, I thought there was another one. I guess I already killed him. I pay attention to the fights that I'm in. Well, I just figured I should say, because if you have no idea, and it's like, oh, hey, new viewer, and then I disappear for 2 weeks. Come back, well, guess he's dead. No, just lugging everything that we own from one suburb to another. For the second time this year. We moved from house to temporary rental in February and found permanent place last month, so that's a relief. Looks like a dead end over here. Weird terrain. Quite snowy, but trees. Realistically, Lune should be... Was it Ciel? One of them. One of the ladies should be freaking out right now, because this is sort of snow, right? Maybe not. Probably. I don't know. All of the territory in this world is weird enough for me to second guess what it actually is. Such as half a collapsed house here, which you can almost see inside. Every time you see Mount Esquier in the corner, you keep thinking of the Esquier Mountain. Yeah, that is not the worst way you could read that. Not at all the worst way you could read that. Where is that Gestrel I saw? I found a Gestrel and I just completely ignored him in favor of exploring more to the south. Now I regret that. More to the east, I reckon. Oh, speaking of, we should just get on Escape, then be faster. Oh yeah, that's better. Those three we fought already. Oh yeah, no, it was past this archway, of course. There you are. Lost. What, me? I'm not lost at all. Sastro is waiting for you. What? Sastro needs me back? Okay, I was getting bored over here anyway. Wee! Wee wee. Hiya, humans. Care for a good deal? A French bob for Lune. And lost voice. Tragedy for that to happen to you. You look like an enemy.
Let us.
There we go. Oh, you got no chance.
Finesse and precision.
Those guys were deader than Disney parents. Holy crap. Corner there. Another one of those stupid things. Oh, I suppose I should do the reward for picking up a gestural. If you look over here, we can see a bit to the north. A lot of places to the north, but of course there's a lot of terrain in the way. Monoko Station will lead us into there, and there. But looking at here, this is a mostly closed off spot. There's something there in the mountain. And there's a path east.
That was.
Yeah.
You were
I'm not just
one.
Yeah.
Weird how the conversations just repeat. But hey, I found your fourth baby. You found some of my kids! Which reward should I give you? I know! I, Sastro, cook extraordinaire, developed a trick to break these weirdly textured things. Let me teach it to you. Paint spikes can sometimes block your path. You can now destroy them by attacking with RB, revealing hidden paths with unexpected challenges and rewards. I'm gonna say we should probably go to Monoko Station before we backtrack the entire game to find all of these things. Yeah, but if we're getting... I don't know if we're getting a battle party member or not, but I think the potentiality of that, because he said he was recruiting a friend, right? The potentiality of that... I do not want to do a bunch of backtracking and then get a party member. I want to get a party member and then do a bunch of backtracking. So we're going to pretend that didn't happen. I'm going to get the one that I could see. Like there was one just over there that we can do. And I'll still explore the general area here before I go to Monoko Station, just because brain says gotta. But, I'm not gonna go wild. Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep and don't die. Can Esquiaber? No, because he doesn't have an attack.
Time for it?
Hey, no. There we go.
Well, that will help.
Chroma.
acceleration.
So, been through that arch. That looks like an enemy there. Stone quarry. Oh, you look scary.
Good stuff.
Doesn't seem like up there is reachable at all, including the big fella with the exploding balloon. I don't know why that's not labeled. It's the exit to Forgotten Battlefield. Maybe I need to pop in and out of it to label it.
Okay, Chroma is flowing.
This and precision.
Oh, right. You're a flyer.
Danger! Take cover! Take your shot. Ready to evade.
Here's your card.
Stupid shields. I'm gonna go ahead and not touch that right now. Wasn't expecting water. Looks fairly enclosed. Kind of. Actually, maybe not.
Swimsuit on.
My list of things to do that I'm consulting here for what to explore and what not to says go in here, but avoid that. I'm not sure why, so I'm going to try and fight that, but I reckon if it says avoid it, then I'm probably going to get stomped on. So let's find out if I get stomped on. Gross Tete. It's got 3 turns.
Finesse and precision.
Try me. I feel better. Good.
Full
That is not a lot of damage.
Now's our chance.
No, it isn't. We're fucked.
Take your shot.
Wait, did she just fucking hurt herself?
Peaceful.
I would like to come back when that thing is capable of getting hurt more. Or maybe when I have another party member. Oh, it's 'cause I didn't do the QTE? She blows herself up? I didn't know that. I've never failed them before. I'm gonna leave you alone like the friendly, helpful checklist says. It does say come in here, though. So let's come in here. Fuck me. What are you doing materializing over there? Hi.
Someone found our shop. I was this close to believing that we'd never have clients. Our location is terrible. The shop. We should have many more clients. We are, after all, the most talented people in our field. We take great pride in our craft. I believe a demonstration is in order. What do you say? Why not? What exactly is your field? Our field, you ask? Weapons.
Ah, shit. Okay.
Finesse and grace.
Let's go for the one that doesn't have a shield on. Well, I mean, the shield breaking ability she has is good for it, but we're set up to have a really good first strike, so sort of.
Danger.
Yeah, bugger you, shieldy bitch. You have all the AP in the world, so bomb bomb. Bomb bomb.
Here's your card.
You don't, but you can still per se.
Precise. Strike.
Chroma is flowing.
Let the chroma flow.
Feel better. Feel better.
Ready to evade.
Shit.
Do me in. En garde.
Let the ink flow. Ready to evade.
Shit.
Here we go.
Well, some foretell on you. Let's You're too close to dying. What are the markings?
Eyes don't lie. Okay.
Let's spill some ink.
Bring Lune back, please.
I won't waste this. Look out. The elements dance.
Do they?
Sia, dodge!
Okay. If I die, so be it. I feel better. Okay. I feel better.
No burning anymore? Good then.
A storm is coming.
Please survive. Okay. That's better. That's better.
Right, that was repeatable.
It's been a long time since me and my bud stretched out. And our weapons, ooh, let me tell you, they felt great. Hey, no hard feelings. Now you've gotten a glimpse of the power our weapons hold. They're so powerful, they're easy to swing, ooh, and they're beautiful to boot. And since I'm in a happy mood, there's a discount on everything. So, what do you say? Interested?
Holy shit, that's expensive. We don't own CRAM. Level 12 Verso. Can't reach rank S. I don't know that I like that. Might hold off on these because of how much they cost.
Please also check out what my buddy made.
Sure.
Does the other one not talk? Oh, no. My partner in crime here doesn't talk, just like the rest of us. Apart from me, of course.
More, okay. I wouldn't bother to buy these ones that we already own because we just upgrade them if we wanted. Goblison. Where's defense agility? During Twilight, every time Foretell is applied, it also affects another enemy. Apply 1 burn every 3 Foretell. We could experiment with this one because it's got the same 2 stats we've been using on her. I will buy this. I don't know if I'm going to equip it. I probably will because it's level 12. But it doesn't require us to use recoats to futz around, so... Well, yeah, obviously buying a level 12 weapon will turn your level 8 weapon into a level 12 weapon, but my point is I'm not sure if it's worth the money to do that. There was a path this way. I don't know if it's a proper area, though. It feels to me like this is just a... yeah.
Oh, lovely.
lovely.
The main point of this cave is just A, to look incredibly fucking pretty, but B, to house this weapon shop that we can come back to. The other new one, do? Why do I have to go through that every time? Consuming foretell applies 2 burn on target per sun charge. More burn damage in twilight state. Sun skills give another charge. The other new one on... Ah, that was... Yeah, Brawler's the other one. My main thing is that, unlike other shops, this one is accessible from the world map, meaning we can come back whenever we want, when we have more money. I don't want to spend all my money right now. I would be inclined to get every weapon, eventually, but, I would not be inclined to be broke in case we have... In case we come across a shop that is more painful to reach. So, yeah. Was only gonna consider buying something that I would equip immediately, and, I'll try that seal weapon, but that's it. There's nothing to the north, that's just a coral wall. Can't go through those yet.
Let us get wet.
That is where we started, so the only other path is here. It's clunky fighting enemies on the world map because you have to get off of SKA, make your guy sprint. It's I don't like this particular setup. Aren't you a liar? Don't I need to do this? Where's your weakness? Not the lamp, is it? Oh, maybe it was.
Let the ink flow.
I'm ready.
They're not. Maybe they were. It's gonna burn to death, though.
Dodge.
Here's your card.
I foretell a quick end. A bit of pain in the process.
Useful.
The Ramazan goes all the way up to level 11. Nice. Need to start getting those resplendent catalysts if we're gonna get more levels for the rest of our weapons, especially that medallum. Interesting, there is no further to go here because of this car. Doesn't look like it. Looks like we'll be able to go all the way over here, but we're not.
Time for swim.
Probably for the best. I really should get Minoko before I... Well, it'll be funny if he's not actually a battle party member, but I assume he is. He's a Jester. They like to fight. I assume Eskia is the only Kraden.
Let us get wet.
Well, if Kraden was an airship. Boat graveyard, sure. Alicia's birthday party. You wonder if they're going to do like Larian and give the game new content. I'm not sure. I'll have an opinion on that when I finish, as to whether the game could like stomach new content. Notably, Baldur's Gate 3 had its DLC plans, I won't say cancelled. They decided against proceeding with DLC plans. They originally considered it, and then they thought, you know what, no. And I think part of that is due to the fact that Wizards of the Coast aren't great fun to work with. What I'm hoping for Larian is just that, you know, Baldur's Gate 3 makes everybody know who they are, and so now they can make wonderful things out of their own original products for the rest of time. Every 5 years or so we get a banger from them, that's all I need. Dungeons and Dragons has mass appeal, but you don't need it. Mind you, if they isekai Karlak into their next world so that I can bang her again, I'd be happy with that. And by that I mean form a deep, lasting emotional bond with her. I have not played the Divinity games, and it's not for lack of interest. It is because Baldur's Gate 3 took a very long time to go through, and I think if I'm going to play a Larian game next, it'll be a replay of that. Because I only played it once because I played it on stream, so it took 6 months to do because of the fact that it was streamed and therefore under, you know, not strict conditions, but like the time was measured out. When I play something in my own time, I don't have to pace myself. Maybe I should, but I don't have to. Anyway, we went past here. Let me check what kind of place it is.
That's unusual.
What happened here?
It's got a flag, Expedition 48. Yeah, so when I played Baldur's Gate 3 and met Karlak, she was my favorite, and I decided that my character was, you know, going after her. And of course we have the Infernal Engine thing, so she has the rogue problem, you can't touch her, and it was very funny that she was frustrated by that, and funny sad, but like, the way she described the things she wanted to do but couldn't was funny. And so we get to Act 2, we get her upgrade, and it seems like things are a go, right? And they were, except that the rest scene queuing was such that when I went to sleep with the intention of triggering the Karlak finally lets off some steam cutscene, instead, the fact that I'd apparently been a little bit too friendly with Will triggered the scene where Will is dancing in the middle of the camp and hitting on you. So I'm like, no! Dude, I appreciate the interest, but timing! That's it, we're having a second nap. And then we got the Karlak scene. Like, at that point, I was already with her, you know what I mean? Like we were... Like, the way the Karlak romance development works is you're pretty much able to confirm it in Act 1. It's just that you can't do anything because of her situation. But of course, confirming with somebody does not stop someone else from trying it on you if you haven't been explicit enough in your disinterest. Like with Lae'zel, it's easy to say no to her because she immediately propositions you. But with Will, you're nice and polite, and suddenly you're getting serenaded. Anyway.
Vanson, 48th. He wouldn't listen. Just kept running everyone into the ground. He acted as if he was the only true believer. That we had to trust him. 5 dead, and he wanted to double down. Thomas not so subtly insinuated that Jean should be relieved of duty. Mutiny. Something I'd never have countenanced. Yet I have a duty to them too. It's a gutting realization. What has to be done? The mission is too important. The team is too important. We can't just throw our lives away for nothing. I hate that it came to this. But he broke our trust. Under Expedition Code 23, Jean Fournier is hereby relieved of duty. I, Vanson Constantine, have assumed command and have designated Thomas Flegov as lieutenant.
Man, the 48-year-olds had some drama. Do feel a bit bad for Will. He's a good character, but I do think he struggles to stand out with the rest of the cast. Apparently he was very different in early access. I didn't play early access because I tried not to play anything in early access, unless it's like an episodic game where that which is released can be reasonably expected to stay the same. I tend not to play something in development. But from what I heard, Will was quite characteristically different, and they changed him, and a lot of people reckon that those changes were not good. And yes, he seems to be lacking a lot of depth. It's not that he has no depth. He has a story, he has a personality, he has goals. It's just that they're not as interesting as the other 5 that were given. Other 8, if you count the latecomers. You could argue that Halsin and Minthara are also a little underdeveloped. And if you're not a Legacy fan, Minsk is a little one note as well. If you are a Legacy fan, you don't care about that because he's fucking Minsk. But if you've got no idea who that guy is, like, I can't imagine he does much for the people who didn't know. Jaheira is done very well. You don't need to know who Jaheira is to appreciate her role in the story. She is handled fantastically. Which has a lot to do with Tracy Wiles, but also the writing. Minsk is just kind of also there if you don't already buy into his gimmicks. The hamster does land well, though. Will is more interesting than Halsin. Yeah. Minthara stands out because she is Minthara. Halsin is... Well, look, Halsin stands out for people who are fond of large men. Something choose the bear. But personality-wise, Will and Halsin suffer from the generic good guy problem. There's not a lot you can do with generic good guy unless you give him something more interesting behind it, like Gale as this wonderful study of, arrogant son of a bitch who thinks he's a good guy and can be, but also can absolutely not be. Like, there's no contest. And of course, Astarion is, we don't even need to start on that. I'm not into men, but I still let him bite me the once. He looked like he needed it. He was hungry. Hey there. I didn't want to kill my friends. I just wanted to play with them. Even when I managed to play a note right, I messed up right after. Can you believe it? I'm expected to use my instrument to kill, and I'm angry. I cannot play. I will never play again. I beg you, please, mistress, I seek your help. Nevron who does not wish to kill. Teach me how not to kill. Teach me how to play. Sorry. Something very wild just appeared on the second monitor. I'm afraid none of us are familiar with your instrument. No. Mistress, this cannot continue. Well, perhaps we could help you practice? Truly? Yes.
Help me learn how to not kill. Don't get hit when I play some wrong notes, but please do get hit when I play the right notes. Surely that should be easy for you.
Oh dear. Sure thing. I much prefer the ones of these that just want you to get an item for them, but...
Just try it.
Well.
Oh well.
So I'm dodging the red ones.
Just try it. Not impressed. Oh well.
Fuck.
Just try it. Bring it on. Not impressed. Oh well. Oh well.
Done?
Not impressed.
Fuck.
Just try it.
What's annoying is, I think I failed already, but it's still doing the whole sequence.
Oh well. Just try it. Just try it.
Sure did.
Oh well. Oh well.
Good point. Dodging is easier.
Bring it on. Just try it.
All of the trials are complete.
It worked. Wait! Have this. To prove my gratitude.
You upgraded my healing parry to level 10. Well, that's great. I love it when a Pictos does that and I don't have to actually learn a new one. Because, yeah, Verso... It's got 2 more battles of inverted before we can get that one off of him. Yeah, no, I've at this point outgrown the dodge button. Look, I probably occasionally I go back to it when I'm dealing with a hard fight where the value of counters is less than the value of not taking a battering. But you do have to remind yourself, absolutely. I dare say, go to Minoko's station now, because that's a dead end. We've got a couple of battles. We didn't fight the one up northeast, and we didn't fight the one outside the coastal cave. We'll definitely be back to the coastal cave, though. And we're not going back in backtrack land to look for those breakable cluster things. That almost looks like it's a path, but it isn't. I should stop now, given the time. I'm going to head to the entrance and save and quit there. But tomorrow we'll head into Minoko's station. If I'm streaming. As I say, I might not. If I don't have the energy, we will do Tuesday instead. But we'll hopefully meet Minoko before I go on a big break, yeah. Not a huge break, but big enough. Thanks for joining us and throwing money at me. Feel free to join the Discord if you want to socialize and or get screamed at when my next stream does happen. Picked up a lot of weapons that I didn't pay attention to. Well, a lot of weapon level ups. I don't think we've got many new ones. Most of the breakable things aren't too worth it. Don't underestimate my desire to voraciously explore every corner of a game until I have just about eaten it. It's not healthy, but it's what we do. And I will be back, hopefully, in a day. If not, then in 3-ish. Fare thee well.